Hello, hope you are all having a blessed day. Today I would like to talk about forgiving the narcissist. Firstly, when I say forgiving, I am not talking about the narcissist's version of forgiveness. I am talking about true forgiveness. The kind of forgiveness that empowers you to let go, and start healing, and recovering parts of yourself. You forgive to be able to move on with your life, and not harbor resentment and anger in your heart. This kind of forgiveness does not happen overnight. It takes time. It takes being able to see what the relationship was really about. Hint, it was all about control for the narcissist. It takes being able to see what role you played in the narcissist's game. Of course, the entire relationship was built on half-truths and whole lies. Everything that came out of the narc's mouth was a lie. To them, their lies are their truths. Their truth changes from minute to minute, day by day, or month by month. They gaslight, abuse, mimic, devalue, and discard you constantly, for the simple fact that they do not want you to find out who they really are. But we, the empathic person, do not comprehend that this is going on. Instead we try to reason with the narcissist. We say things like, "Why are you so upset? What is going on? Did I say, or do something that has hurt you? This isn't who you are, and I don't know what I have done to upset you so much." Yes, we reason with them, we project good qualities onto them, and think that we must have done something to hurt the narcissist. The narcissist's response to us trying to understand why they are so angry, is that they become even more angry, and enraged towards us. Why? Why do they get more angry when you're doing the best you can to resolve an issue, and understand why they are upset? Because, in their minds, you have hurt their game. You staying calm and handling a situation correctly, triggers in them a superiority complex. They no longer have the control and dominance over you when you are not reacting negatively. When you react in a positive, caring, and loving way, it destroys their ability to control you through your emotions. The narcissist feels slighted. Because of this, you must pay. The payment normally results in the form of gaslighting you to the point of such confusion, that you don't even remember what your original point was, or what the argument was even about. The narcissist will then say something along the lines of, "See, you're crazy, you don't even know what the heck you were even talking about. See how calm I am, and how upset you are. You need help." This is called Munchausen by proxy. That is when someone is doing something to you in order to make you sick, and then convince you and everyone else that you have always been sick like this, and you just didn't know it until they showed up. How lucky you are that they showed up to quote, rescue you. They pretend to be helping you by slowly, and covertly killing you, then act concerned for your well-being, and like they have no idea why you are falling apart. They convince themselves that they are abusing you for your own good. In their minds, if they don't do it, then eventually someone else will, and they can't stand knowing someone else could be getting the supply that they are siphoning out of you. All of this is abuse by way of proxy. So, after the narcissist tries to gaslight you into believing that you're losing your mind, you go to work the next day, and the events replay over and over in your mind. Cognitive dissonance sets in, which over time, leads to CPTSD. Eventually, your brain begins to understand that if you hurry up and explode and react negatively, the sooner the abuse from the narcissist will stop. It is the narcissist's psychic ability to change you, without you being the wiser to it. Thus the traumatic abuse cycle has been successfully implemented into your very way of life. At this point, the narcissist can hurt you as much as they want without taking any responsibility for them feeling bad for hurting you. Folks, hear me on this. Please understand, this is an extremely dangerous place for you to be in. When a narcissist is able to play their games with you, it is a game to see if they can change you from being a strong, decent, self-sufficient, and independent person, into a person that gets easily hurt, is always on edge, reacts negatively, and is dependent upon the narcissist. They are literally trying to swap personalities, and or souls with you. What this looks like is that throughout the course of the relationship, is that your mind, body, and soul get sicker and sicker, and the narcissist starts appearing to be getting healthier and healthier. Why is this? Because they are literally, and I do mean literally, making themselves feel better by abusing you. In so many words, they are a vampire draining your life force from you. People on the outside looking in do not understand what is going on, and they by proxy join in as secondary abusers to the narcissist's primary abuse. The narcissist has been convincing you of one thing, while simultaneously going around convincing other people of something very different. The narcissist only needs to pull certain strings to get you to react in certain ways around certain people in order to convince people outside of the relationship that you are as bad as they have been telling these other people you are. If you are the type of person that doesn't react in the ways the narcissist wants you to at all times, then the narcissist will convince others in a more covert and sinister way. Usually they will abuse you for many hours on end that can sometimes last for days, or until you finally react the way they want you to. At this point the narcissist becomes extremely excited. They get so high off of finally getting the reaction that they have been seeking, that if you look closely, you will always see the joy in their eyes, and you will sometimes see that hideous smirk that they try to hide. But when you finally react, they will call people on the phone and start the smear campaign right in front of you. While you're on the floor crying your eyes out, they are calling people and telling them just how evil you are. While you're crying, they tell people on the phone that you are yelling at them, when in reality, you are not. They will walk outside while on the phone convincing others of something entirely false. They will walk outside so that the other person cannot hear that you are actually crying. They do this to try to get you to react negatively again, while at the same time changing the narrative of events to fit their false script. Then they will discard you in this crazy messed up state and will always have someone come pick them up. I don't know if I made this very clear, as it is extremely difficult to explain this aspect of the abuse. They do all this to get control over you. This can be evidenced when they come back with ultimatums. Narcissists' ultimatums involve you compromising who you are as a person in order to stay with them. It is a double-bound negative. The narcissist will compromise nothing, not even small things that everybody in a normal relationship compromises. But they have no qualms commanding you to compromise literally everything in your life. And you do everything they tell you in order to stay with them. They have their hooks in deep into your very soul. They will do these horrible things to you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. They have taken the time to cater their abuse to you, and only you. See how special you are to them. See how much they love you. All baloney. How long will you buy that rotten, spoiled baloney from the narcissist? How much will it take to be enough? Will it take being abused until you die? I guarantee you this, the narcissist will be more than happy to oblige taking you to an early grave. Do you know what they will do at that point? They will be so high off the fact that they manipulated you into an early grave. They will relish all the moments that they emotionally masturbated, and flung emotional doo-doo all over you, and you still stayed. They will think, what a ridiculous, weak imbecile. That idiot let me abuse them until it finally killed them. Their trophy of you will be that they will start wearing your personality as their own, while going around making false narratives about you and the entire relationship. They will tell people that you did to them, what they were actually doing to you. They will murder you beyond the grave, while at the same time, extracting narcissistic supply in the form of everyone giving them love, affection, adoration, and a free meal ticket for what they endured at the hands of a monster that luckily died. But oh, how they tell people that they loved you, even though you were so abusive and monstrous to them. This is why you must leave them for good. You know it is time to leave when you become so confused, hurt, and traumatized that you don't even know who you are anymore. You can stay as long as you want to. You can keep hoping they will see the light. You can keep carrying their burdens for them, and neglecting your own needs. They will not see what you are doing for them, but instead will heap more and more heavy loads onto your back. They will keep lashing out at you and twisting the truth. They will see your pain and suffering that they are causing, as some sick demented joke. Just when you think you're getting somewhere with them, they will always pull away and watch you react. They think this is funny. You can continue to exhaust yourself. But eventually, given enough time, you will become so exhausted and overwhelmed, that you will no longer be able to be a part of each other's lives. Eventually you become a broken shell of who you once were. They will try to pull you back in for another round, but you just cannot go on anymore. The narcissist at this point has just played themselves out of their own game. At this point it can be easier to walk away. You will be completely and utterly destroyed, and more broken if you had left sooner, but waiting until you are completely numb can make it easier to leave. After leaving, eventually you get to a place where you can forgive the narcissist. But again, how do you forgive them? How do you let it all go? You forgive them for hurting you, and realize that the narcissist will never be normal. They will always be a child. They will live their entire lives destroying themselves and everyone around them because they have murdered their inner child. On a side note, narcissists that have destroyed their inner child appear on the outside to be childish. So, you realize that you cannot help them. You realize that forgiveness doesn't mean that you will ever forget what happened. You probably will not ever forget what happened, and in some cases, the traumatic abuse can cause neurological brain damage. This is why you should take your healing very seriously. Forgiveness does not mean that you stay with the narcissist and allow the abuse to continue. I realize that a lot of narcs use forgiveness as a way of keeping you stuck in the abuse. That is not what forgiveness is. God at no point has ever told any of us to endure abuse. We are not commanded to stay, but rather, we are commanded to leave such people. We are commanded to leave them, and forgive them of what they have done to us. That does not mean forgetting. We would have to be lobotomized in order to forget the level of trauma we have endured at the hands of a narcissist. You forgive the narcissist for you. If you harbor ill thoughts about the narc, then they technically still have you trapped in their sick game. We fought a psychic battle we never wanted to take part in. They came into our lives disguised as an ally, only for us to realize after the damage was done, that they were our enemy. You do not stay with someone that tricked you into believing they were someone else. You stay far away from people like that, and you pray for them. Prayer is the only way I know about that will break the soul tie from the narcissist, and at the same time, forgive them. It is truly hard to stay upset with someone you are praying for. That is all I have to say today regarding this topic. I thank all of you for the kind words, and for helping me on my path to healing. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Things are starting to get better in my life. I truly hope that we can all get to a better place someday soon. I will continue to pray for you all. Remember to be patient as you heal from the trauma. Get plenty of sleep at night. Treat yourself with the respect and love you deserve. Until next time, remember, you are not alone.